Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute stuffed heart just in time for Valentine's Day. It's made in 2 halves, so I'll show you with 2 different colors to make it easier. You're going to want a 24 peg loom, your loom hook, a needle, and some scissors. Okay, we're going to start by making a slip knot. So take your yarn, lay it across your 2 fingers, wrap it around those 2 fingers, leave a space, wrap it across the back, push it through, pull up a loop, and then hold the 2 ends and tighten. We're going to put that on the anchor peg, and instead of starting at peg 1, we're going to go and lay it across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pegs, and then drawstring cast on starting at peg 9. You're going to go behind peg 9, in front of peg 10, behind peg 11, and so on like that for 8 pegs. Once you get to the last one, you're going to wrap it around and lay it across the loom the other way, back the other way, and then you're going to knit over every time there's already a loop. So there's nothing on this peg, there's a loop already on this peg, we're going to knit that over, just lay it across the next peg, knit over, and then when you get back to the 9th peg, the one that you started on, you're just going to wrap it around and then knit off on the next peg to secure it in place. So this is going to be done with a series of increases. So you're going to knit your row, and to do the power went out. Sorry about that, we're in the middle of a storm here. So finish knitting your row, and then to do the increase, you're going to wrap the yarn around the front, around the back, and then in front of the previous peg and knit off. And you're going to increase every row until you have every peg wrapped. So just across the front, bring it in through the back, and in front of the previous peg. Once you have every peg with a loop on it, you should be finishing row 17. Once you have row 17 finished, you should be back on peg 24. And we're going to start knitting, we're going to start knitting in the round. So just knit over on peg 1, and now the 2 sides are connected. And you can keep going, and we're going to knit for 6 rows. So that's row 18 to 23. Once you have row 23 done, we're going to cast off. So wrap your loom once, snip the yarn, scoot your stitches down, and we're going to knit over and pull through. Knit over and pull through all the way around until you have no more pegs with loops on them. Okay, once your project is free of the loom, you can grab your needle, stretch your stitches, and you're going to pull the cast off tail, thread your needle, and we're going to put this through to the inside. and then make a knot. So find your hole, have your tail facing towards the bottom, go in through the top of the hole, come out through the bottom, tighten that, go in through the same spot, come out just to one side of the tail, leave a loop, go in through the back of that loop and pull tight. There's your knot. Leave this inside out for a minute, pull your cast on tail, not gonna go too far. Now we're going to put a few stitches into the side of this. You're going to want to go maybe 2/5 to 1/3 of the way down. And then make another knot. Okay, now you can turn it right side out. Stuff your cast off tail inside. And now you've got half a heart. So make a second one the exact same way. There's no reversing or anything, because all you have to do is turn it over and it is opposite. So go ahead and make your second half. Okay, once you got your two halves, we're going to go ahead and sew these together. So pick a tail, thread your needle, and we're just going to lay them next to each other like this. And you are just going to sew up this side. And try and do a few stitches across the top just by going one at a time, one half at a time. Because if you leave it all to the end, you're gonna have a hard time sewing up in between here. So just a stitch at a time on each half. Leave it a bit loose, and when you have 2 or 3 stitches, you can pull it tight. Okay. Now this tail isn't going to be long enough to do the entire thing, so we're going to make a knot. And stuff that to the inside. There it is. And then we're going to stuff the halves thread your other tail. And start sewing up the rest of it. Your sewing for this half is going to be on the visible on the outside, so try and be neat with it. Or make it 2 different colors and have it stripy. Doesn't matter. Okay. When you're satisfied with your sewing, go ahead and make a knot. And then you can go with your tail, with your needle, in right next to that knot, close as you can get it. Come out literally anywhere. Snip that tail. Give it a little squish, that'll disappear inside. And there you go. Cute little heart. Thanks for watching. Happy Valentine's Day.